I'm a pretty decently sized South Park fan. If you've been around the channel for a couple months now, you know that I'm a huge proponent of South Park and the games that they've released. I think that the 2 video games that they've dropped are some of the best pre-established IP games that we've ever gotten, and just some of my favorite video games of all time. In fact, The Stick of Truth is my second favorite game ever made. So if that kind of tells you how big of a South Park fan I am, I think it kind of speaks for itself with that. I don't think I've ever played a game as much as either of those 2 games. I've played both of them over again numerous times. I've platinumed them multiple times. I've 100% completed them on Xbox multiple times. I have them on Switch. It's bad. It's a bad addiction to have. I grew up watching the show, and ever since I kind of re-established my connection with the show, I've just been a huge fan of it and of what Matt and Trey do. I don't know. Man, that makes me a bad person. What doesn't make me a bad person is my excitement for South Park Snow Day, their new game that's coming out within the next few months. There still isn't a release date for the game, which makes me a little upset, but I'll survive. But we now know the price of the game, as well as pre-orders are now live. So you can go pre-order the game. I'm gonna do it here shortly. I don't know what system I'm gonna do it on. Probably gonna be on Xbox, because that's where my other 2 playthroughs mainly are at the moment. I don't know, I could switch out of it at any time. But if you don't know, South Park Snow Day is a multiplayer focused game from the same studio that brought you Stick of Truth and Fractured But Whole, and it looks very weird. It's a 3D world this time. That's probably what I'm excited for most, is to see if we can explore the town that we all know, and hopefully we can explore the town of South Park in this game. We really do not know all that much about it. It doesn't look like the show whatsoever, besides the faces of the characters, which I'm a fan of. I'm glad that the faces of the characters are not 3D themselves, but the rest of the character models and the art style and the town, it doesn't really look the same. So South Park Snow Day is going to be $30, and that can kind of speak for itself in today's environment. Most big games nowadays that are banking on being successful are $60 to $70. $30 games are not that heard of unless they're from really, really, really small studios or are indie games. There's not a lot of AAA games and not a lot of AA games that are $30. And again, we still don't know the release date for the game. Right now it's early 2024. I have a theory that it's probably either the end of January, early February, to give them enough time to do a Christmas special or some sort of special with the show to promote the game. And now that I think about it, the show is always having snow because of where the town is placed. There's always snow in South Park, but I don't think they've ever done a snow day episode. I'm trying to think back. I've rewatched the show a bunch, so if anyone's gonna know that, it's gonna be me, and I just can't really think of it. They've never done an episode of South Park where the kids don't have to go to school because of the snow, because there's always snow. So I don't know what they do with that. But we do see that Cartman is in his Grand Wizard outfit, which is the same outfit he wore in the Stick of Truth. So this game can either take place in between Stick of Truth and Fractured But Whole, which I don't think so, because the Fractured But Whole takes place literally like a few days after Stick of Truth, if not the day after the game ends. And it's not going to take place after the Fractured But Whole, because at the end of that game, you and Butters are pretty much conspiring to be supervillains. I could do a whole probably separate video on what I think the story of this game is going to be, but I do know that you can play with up to 3 other people, so it's basically a 4-person cooperative adventure game, and the combat looks brutal. Like, it actually looks kind of gory, and it looks fun, so I'm excited for it. Again, every game that they make, I even play the phone game. Like, I've played a bunch of Phone Destroyer because I just love everything Matt and Trey do, and I love everything the game side of South Park Studios makes. So make sure to pre-order the game so it's successful, so we can dodge this style, because I do not like the cooperative style. I'd rather it be a single player game and rather it be a single player RPG like the other 2. So make this game successful so we can get more South Park games. Anyways, that's gonna be it. This was a super quick video because I just want to get a video out about this game before they show more information. I'm thinking about doing an Alan Wake 2 video here in a little bit, as well as my excitement for Spider-Man 2 and a Mortal Kombat 1 review. So I have a lot of videos planned, so stay tuned.